more solid is we're going to use this method of meditating for 24 minutes, taking a 6-minute break, 24 minutes, 6-minute break, 24 minutes, 6-minute break, until 8 hours were gone. And we did that a few years ago, and it was amazing. Some of the people that had hardly meditated before in their lives got to surprise themselves and went, wow, I just meditated for 8 hours. Because of that 6-minute break. You know, it's handleable thinking that, oh, I'm going to be able to actually get up in 24 minutes. So, I'll definitely lead the first one. I don't know if we'll do a silent one or not. We'll see how everyone feels. So we'll do one. And we'll start at the ring of this little bell. So the first thing we want to do is be sitting comfortably. So feel your lower body. Feel where, from the hips down, say, that's being supported by the earth. Feel the sensation of the connection between your body and the surfaces that it's touching as it rests upon the ground. And we want to have a straightest spine as possible. So let's take a deep inhale, deep in-breath, and as you inhale, draw the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and then keep that lift of the heart and the lift of the crown as you exhale and relax the shoulders. So you don't want your head to be drooping forward, and you don't want your head to be leaning back. So you can even play with lifting your chin slightly and then lowering it slightly, and find out where it feels like you've got this nice line, that your neck is in line with your spine. And you'll notice that it will affect your brightness or your dullness. If the chin starts to droop, you may get sleepy, and if your chin is too high, it may add to agitation. So now your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed, eyebrows are relaxed. Can be very helpful to help relax the jaw, and even help with saliva, not creating too much saliva, but placing the tip of the tongue gently right where the back of your top teeth meet your gums. And then to help with the contentment factor. You want to have some kind of smile on. Now that's going to be either gently turning the corners of your mouth up slightly, and you'll feel some tension release if you draw the corners of your mouth up slightly. Or you can also think of having a smile in your heart. Because what we don't want to do is be down and serious. We want to be light, open, alert, and relaxed. Now that we have our posture, take an internal scan around your body and notice if you feel any tension anywhere. And if you do, try to inhale, wrap that tension up in some golden light, and then as you exhale the tension away. And that counts for mental tension as well. If you're starting to get freaked out about something, or start thinking that you're supposed to do this right, and that there's pressure, just forget about that. Use your inhale to lift that up, and then use your exhale to carry it away. Now let's go back to the feeling. The feeling of the parts of your body that are connecting to the earth. Bring your focus so that it is finely tuned and focused on this, the tactile sensation, the physical sensation. And notice the mental images that arise in the mind that are associated with that feeling. Maybe you even hear a thought that comes with the picture. Oh, that's my hand on my knee. That's my ankle touching the cushion. Try and release those images and focus on the feeling itself. Thinking that if you really investigate it, you might find something out about this feeling, and that if the mental images that come and the thoughts that come associated with the feeling cloud the experience, and you're interested in now. You're very interested in this moment. Physical body, feeling of the physical body is a very great way to bring the mind into this very moment. Now begin to focus on the feeling of the belly as it expands and contracts with the flow of the natural breath. And again, focusing on the feeling alone, letting go of mental images. You can even exhale the mental images away. And as you inhale, reinvigorate your focus on the feeling. Now let's raise our focus up higher in the body to a more subtle sensation, which is the passage of the breath at the nostrils. Without changing your breath, just noticing the natural flow of the breath and the physical sensation that happens at the tips of the nostrils. Is there a coolness? Is there a warmth? Here we get the beautiful assist of thinking that your meditation, the cycle of your meditation is only one breath. And each breath you get to try again. And if your mind drifts off, thinking about other things other than this feeling of the breath, just bring it back by relaxing your hold on whatever you were focusing on. Gently, quietly, and happily bring yourself back. If the mind is very distracted, you can use the tool of counting to give your mind something more to do, which you would punctuate the pause between the exhale and the inhale with a number. So you would exhale and then say the number 1 to yourself before the next inhale, and stay focused on the breath for the entire time And then at the pause of the next exhale, the number 2. If you can make it to 10 without losing your focus, you never needed to count in the first place. If you lose count at 3 or 4, just gently come back. Switch to a more sort of more of a circumference kind of a meditation. And instead of focusing on the feeling at the tip of the nostrils with the breath, try and be aware of the whole body at the same time. As it expands with the inhale and retracts with the exhale. And notice what has to happen with your focus as you try and be aware of the sensation as a whole. Your body breathes. Can you feel what's happening in your fingertips in relation to the expansion and contraction of the breath? then you ask yourself the question, what does it feel like? What does life feel like in my body? What does me occupying this body feel like? You can help that by imagining for a moment that you had died and that something had left your body that keeps it living. What would it feel like? What would your body feel like? Could it feel? And then come back to focusing on what does it feel like for my existence to fill this body? What does it feel like in my toes, in my shoulders? If you begin to lose focus, just bring yourself back, and as you inhale, visualize a bright light filling your whole body, invigorating your mind, brightening your mind. And then try to keep that light as the exhale happens. Always coming out of your meditation by releasing it gently. bringing yourself back to the room and opening the eyes slowly. Trying to stay with any inner calm or peace that you cultivated in the meditation as you open your eyes, take in the room. So I think what we'll do is we won't do like a 6-minute and right back in. I think we'll actually take a break right now. Take like a 10-minute break so we can stand up and shake it off. Did it feel like a long time? Or did it feel short?
I feel like I wasn't really thinking all the time, but
yeah.
I was just telling you it was a little distracting when was asleep, and
oh yeah.
So that really couldn't be present.
Yeah.
And so
maybe we can do. You can you can lie down. You don't have to sit up.
I'm just wondering how people, I guess it's through practice that they stop all these inconveniences.
Oh yeah. Oh, it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I first started meditating, for instance, I was in a chair. I couldn't sit across at all.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was super awkward. And I meditated for years in a chair, and then I started doing yoga. And I eventually was wanting to, I just wanted to try it, and then I was more attracted to it, and I found it more grounding. I like being in the ground.
Yeah.
And it just, over time, the hips get, loose, and then, in a way, no physical body is sort of meant to lock it down and be completely still for hours at a time. So, but what happens is something happens to your mental state as you get into deeper states that you actually lose. You don't relate to your body anymore. You're not aware of it at all.
Right.
Right, and you sort of enter. They say realms. They say it enter realms, but that's just a fancy way of saying you're just going so deep in your mind that you wouldn't even hear a sound in the room.
Perhaps you're still experiencing those pain, but you're not really in connection with those physical.
Yeah, and it's in a way we start by having have an itch. And then you don't scratch it, and you realize, the itch went away. But also you just get more comfortable, and you find your spa. It does happen where you just it's no longer an issue.
Okay.
But it is an issue for a while.
Yeah, I'm more or less comfortable. I've got a little back thing, but I'm sure that same thing. Well. Sure. I'm married to his brother, so he's an avid meditator, and he said we used to hurt him before, but not because he does it so consistently that it's problems. Pain's not a problem anymore. His posture is fantastic, and he can stay there for as long as he wants.
Yeah, and even now, every once in a while, my leg will completely go to sleep or something, and that will start to become excruciating. Then I'll just have to do something about it.
Yeah, that's what's happening to me right now. What do I do?
How about were you getting uncomfortable, or did it seem like a long time? Yeah.
I felt like I went somewhere and then I came back because I kind of, my body just moved on its own.
Yeah, yeah. My first meditation class that I ever took, I slept through almost all of it. I could not stay awake. I was happy to have recordings of it, because I would go back and there was a specific chronic subtle body, and I was just like, I would pound coffee before I went. I would try everything, but nothing could keep me awake. You know, and that's often how it starts. You know, it's like it's almost like go through this subtle unconscious part of the mind that has this fog, and you have to, to navigating layers of the mind. You know?
Great. I'll keep you posted.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's a long time, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. 24 minutes, yeah.
If there's any information you need.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's all going to come down. I didn't say that, but I didn't think it was 24 minutes.
Another 24 minutes coming up. Is that right?
Right.
My brother.
Yes.
She's been really amazing through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your family all gone?
Except
So
for
you guys are splitting in half.
Birdie, my aunt from Buchanan. She extended her stay, and she's going to stay here till the end of January.
But he's living
And she's
there
going to
right
be
now.
in Houston in February. So
Yeah.
in our Somalis, what happens is all the madrasas that my mother was in, which was all the fancy,
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
So all the ones that come after her passing,
March is when you guys.
you do special prayers
Yeah.
and special take food and all
Yeah.
that. So we're going to do it here, but because my mom really spent a lot of time in Houston.
Right.
Try to figure it out.
I
But
might
that
like
doesn't
text you a
mean
bunch of
anything.
questions.
They would just say,
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's already in there.
That's probably
Yeah.
So, Abby wanted to stay, the one from Austin, Abby.
Yeah.
She wanted to stay here till the end of January to finish a couple of the
Yeah.
months here, and then do the big one. Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make, well, I am gonna be making some of these, you know, the stuff you put on the box,
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
these, right?
Wow.
So I'll make a little cake, so that's how I
Yeah.
like to do
Yeah.
this.
awesome. Okay.
So John is on Saturday the 28th, and another one, you know, so you could make it to one or both.
That's Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably make it
Whichever.
I'll try to
Okay.
see if that's something that's.
one of them.
That's fine.
I told his birthday party is on Saturday.
28th?
So, it's a Saturday.
I do stuff like this for myself.
Was her birthday?
I don't have any like.
But her party is at
Applications right now, but I do a lot of.
Yeah,
like,
so
forecasts, like,
whenever you can make it, that's fine. It's Matt staying till then, she's gonna do all the rest of the big ones.
Yeah.
Have you had dinner?
It's really yummy cauliflower cheese steak. So easy.
Feel good with the crap?
Did you eat dinner?
I'll stop and start it.